Hello, Cancers. Welcome to Souls Intersect. I have your general intuitive tarot reading for August of 2016. If you're interested in getting a private reading with me, please email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com, or you can book directly through my website, and I'll post the link for that in the description below. For this month, I'm picking up on some issues and possibly current circumstances, but it feels like more around something that's been with you for quite some time in relationship to your parents. So, of course, not all of you will have spent your childhood with both of your parents. For some of you, maybe neither. But regardless of that, I feel that there's a general theme about how your parents impacted who you are, or didn't in the case that they weren't around in your life for some reason. The readings for this month have been very focused on the self and self-healing and looking inward at things. So they've been a bit serious in tone, and it's just been what I've been compelled to do in terms of messages for this month. And so for you, the feeling that I get it's related to your identity and how it is or isn't or wasn't or was impacted by your parents and who they are and the role that they played in your lives. And definitely for a lot of you, I'm picking up on this sense of overbearing. So this may not have necessarily been their personalities. It could be an energetic thing. But for whoever this reading is meant for, it really feels like there was kind of an overbearing role that your parents may have played in your life, or parental figures. And the result of that is something that has stayed with you throughout your life's journey. So this doesn't necessarily either have to be for someone of a younger age. You could be any age watching this. But I do feel that there's an important message about your parents' role in your life. So let me tune in a little bit more to see if I can pick up on some specifics. Yeah, I'm still getting the sense of this overbearing quality having to do with the time that you left the quote-unquote nest. It feels like there may have been some restrictions that you grew up with that you were breaking away from, that your parents may not have been satisfied with. Or it could be that something that you began at around the time that you began your independent life's journey were things that they didn't approve of. Something about, it could just be where you lived, could be who you were friends with, could be something you decided on, like who you married, or if you didn't want to get married, or something along those lines, or what you did for work. It feels like this general sense of disapproval. And it may seem strange for maybe some of those of you who are older and feel that this is very far in the past. But the message that I'm getting is that it's still important because it did shape who you were, and it feels like there's still almost like strings attached, like it doesn't even feel like the attachment type of cords. It feels more like these strings that almost like you'd see on a puppet. And I don't mean that they still control your life or anything like that. It feels just very energetic. It does feel, though, that their energy has some role in your life that maybe has expired or is causing you to not fully be who you are on some level. So again, these messages this month are pretty in-depth. They're very much about going inward and looking at things that may still be remaining in your life that could be holding you back in some way. And so it may also not be too direct, where their influence on you caused you to not fully be yourself, and it's that simple. It could also be that something about your personality or something about the way you treat yourself or talk to yourself or relate to others even is still tied in with that in some way. So just to restate that again, it may not necessarily be that they directly still have an influence over you, whether it be energetic or otherwise, but that it could just have shaped something in you that you're being encouraged to look at in some way. So if this speaks to you, I would say to examine that a bit further. Because with the Six of Swords coming in here, it really feels like this is something that can deliver you to a place of more peace with yourself. And that doesn't mean that right now you're not at peace in any way or that there's really anything tumultuous going on. And again, a lot of the themes for this month are kind of like, they may not be too dramatic. It might not be that anything feels wrong or is going wrong, but I just feel that my guidance is really wanting to address people this month about bettering themselves even more, getting themselves to an even better place to be able to be better and just be happier and be more at peace, but also to create more and to be more focused on their own mission. So it's like there's lingering things for everyone, of course, and so ridding yourselves of them can help you to be more clear on your life's mission, whatever that may be, and also just to be more at peace with yourself. So it does really feel like it's possible that for some of you, your parents were like, your mother was an air sign or your father was an earth sign or are. But it could also be about their personalities. I feel that it's coming up more because of the role that they played. So it does feel like for those of you who this is speaking to, the father was definitely more of a provider and the mother was more of the planner in the background, and also someone who was, it feels though maybe she didn't have the more prominent role in terms of supporting the family, she definitely did in the home in terms of raising. This feels like more of a traditional type of setup. That's definitely something I'm picking up on too, and so that could also play into how it may have influenced you on your journey, even just perceptions of how a relationship should be or how raising a family should be. So that's one of the themes that could be more of an indirect result. Okay, Cancer, so I'm going to wrap this up here. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. If you're interested in looking at this more or any specific questions you may have about relationships or otherwise, please email me at soulsintersect@gmail.com. And thank you.